Picture this. The Roman Empire, the greatest war machine the world had ever seen, had conquered Gaul, Egypt, Britannia, basically half the known world. But then they marched into Scotland, and suddenly things got real messy. The Romans came expecting a quick victory. What they got instead? Mud, rain, and a bunch of angry, half-naked warriors screaming at them from the hills. So, what went wrong? Why couldn't the mighty Romans conquer Scotland? Well, grab a shield because this is one wild ride. By the 1st century AD, Rome had already crushed Britannia. They kicked out the Celts, built roads, and were feeling pretty good about themselves. Then came Scotland, or as the Romans called it, Caledonia. And the people there, not your average barbarians, they were the Picts, ferocious warriors who painted themselves blue, fought half-naked, and could survive in the freezing, stormy highlands like it was nothing. Cue Rome's first mistake, thinking they could handle these guys like they did the rest of Britain. In 83 AD, Rome, under General Agricola, faced off against the Picts at Mons Graupius. No, the Romans, with their classic shields, formations, and discipline, managed to win the battle. But here's the thing about fighting hill warriors. They don't play by the rules. The Picts didn't just sit there and take the loss. They vanished into the mountains, regrouped, and continued harassing the Romans every chance they got. Romans controlled the battlefield, but they could never control Scotland itself. If the Picts didn't kill you, the weather would. Roman soldiers were used to the sunny Mediterranean, with its wine, togas, and nice beaches. Scotland, rain, cold, swamps, more rain. Imagine standing guard on Hadrian's Wall, soaked, freezing, and wondering why you ever left Rome. This was not the grand life of a Roman soldier they signed up for. By 122 AD, Emperor Hadrian took one look at Scotland and said, nope, not worth it. Instead of conquering Scotland, Rome built a wall. Hadrian's Wall, basically saying, all right, you win. We'll just stay down here. A few years later, Emperor Antoninus Pius tried pushing further north, building Antonines Wall. But guess what? Same problem. The Romans had to abandon it because the Picts just wouldn't stop fighting. It wasn't just the Picts' warrior spirit, or the weather, or even the brutal terrain. Rome failed because Scotland wasn't worth it to them. There were no rich cities, no gold, no massive trade routes, just hills, forests, and a bunch of angry guys with spears. Rome was all about cost versus reward, and Scotland, way too expensive to conquer. By the 5th century, Rome had bigger problems, like the entire empire collapsing, and they abandoned Britain altogether. The Picts, still there, still Scottish, still undefeated. So, the next time someone tells you Rome conquered everywhere, remind them about Scotland. What do you think? Could Rome have conquered Scotland if they tried harder, or was it always doomed? Let me know in the comments. And hey, subscribe before some angry Pict shows up at your door.